Hello, I am hip-hop artist Frankey Barrz, and I got the keys to the filmmakers. And I wear this hat because I'm the host. And today, we're going to learn about the art of filmmaking. So you say, Frankie, what is the art of filmmaking? In my own words, within my own description, I would define or explain the art of filmmaking or filmmaking as the process of evoking a feeling or emotion through storytelling through a movie that's directed or produced for television, theater, and online distribution. Now you're going to hear from the premier filmmaking company in Washington, D.C. called Washington Digital Media, who is working on a film that is coming soon called Lost of Innocence. It's a story about sex trafficking, and you're going to connect with the main actress of this film, who is a Bolivian actress named Jennifer Salines. Now, Jennifer Salines is a Bolivian star who is a television personality and is also a boxer. So she combines the craft of boxing and the craft of being a television personality, who has also evolved into acting. And she's going to share with you how the two connect. And on the other side, as you do know, the Frankey Barrz Show is the bridge between art and policy and the policy influences. So we're going to hear from a lawyer that affects arts and entertainment. And she is from the May firm, and she's also the owner of the May firm in Southeast Washington, D.C., where owner LaRuby May, who is a lawyer here in Washington, D.C., is going to talk to you about how she uses law to not only protect the artists and filmmakers, but also help them properly and lawfully monetize their intellectual property. So let's go ahead and connect with Jennifer Salines, and let's go hear from LaRuby May.
Because I'm not going to speed walk and then slow walk and speed walk. I think I should just pick a pace now that he's going to be in front of me.
No, because the camera's going to change on you. It's a close-up of you.
I know, but my pace has to change because he's going to be right in front of me. He's going to fall. Like, I'm not going to...
Well, you kind of slow down to make the phone call, but he's not going to... You don't need to change your pace.
Yeah, because it's only going to be from here on.
Beep, beep.
Right,
Here I come.
You need to be on this side so the shadow will not affect you.
Roll.
Again?
Okay.
One more time. Just watch out the shadow. Your shadow is...
Jennifer Salines. I'm a two-time world champion in professional boxing. I work with television, the network of Telemundo. I've done a few reality shows. I've traveled around the world fighting and just doing other stuff related to TV. But this is my first acting job. Well, the movie today is about sex trafficking. The name of it is Lost Innocence, Inocencia Perdida. It's like a Spanglish movie about a mother who's working hard. She brought her daughter from Mexico to live with her, but she was never really part of the kid's life because she was in the States trying to make it happen. So the little girl comes here, she's missing her grandmother, she's complaining about how she doesn't know how to speak English and blah, blah, blah. And that to mom is not important. Mom wants her to be strong, she wants her to be secure, and she wants her to be successful in this country that is just a challenge by itself, just being Latin, you know? So her mom knows what it's about. And her mom is trying to, like, tell the girl, like, get your shit together because I'm not having it. Like, you know, it could be worse. But she's not understanding why the girl is feeling this type of way. And because the girl is feeling alone, she's trying to tell her mom how she feels, and her mom totally just gets mad. So the girl tries to go to a party and, like, get her mind off of everything. She was invited to a skipping party at school. So they skip school, they go to the party, and then she gets drugged and taken to a basement for sex trafficking. And then she never comes home. The mom realizes that the girl goes missing. She starts thinking about the last conversation they had, and they didn't end up on a good note. And she's like wishing that she could have her daughter close again and treat her better. You know what I'm saying? So she struggles. She tries to find the daughter. She goes to places, and basically at the end, I can't tell you what happens at the end. The boxing and art connection, I think it's so strong because I dance in the ring, and I think dance is a part of this, like an art. And boxing and art have, I think they're a really good fit, a really good match. And I never looked at it from this point of view, but boxing can be very artistic. Acting can be very artistic too. To get in the ring, you got to get cold. You got to put on that mask and just fucking, no matter how scared you are, you just got to let those hands go. And for acting, I feel like you got to get cold too. No matter what's going on in your life, you got to somehow connect to that character that you're trying to play and portray. And yeah, I see connections everywhere.
So my name is LaRuby May, and I am the managing member of the May firm, located here at 3200 Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in Southeast Washington, D.C. I think it's probably, I should note that my law office is located in the Congress Heights Arts and Culture Center, and so I get an opportunity to be exposed to many different forms of the art or of the arts in this space, whether or not it's, you know, audio, visual, painting, you know, whatever the artistic vehicle is. I think that I've been privileged to see it here, and to be able to talk with artists or to have conversations with them or answer questions for them. You know, I have a great appreciation for, you know, some of the simple things with art, the protection of rights, right? You know, artists being able to have ownership over the products that they create, and then also being able to look at the products that they have, whether or not it be an actual product or a service that they're providing, but how it is that they protect that, and for many of them, how they look at it from just being this gift that they have to it being something that they can use as a source of revenue or financial stability for themselves and their families.
Yeah, so you got to hear from the actress, Jennifer Salines, and you got to hear from lawyer, LaRuby May, on the artistic side of film and the lawful side of film and creativity. Now, I'm going to take you back to Washington Digital Media and have you connect with the behind-the-scenes aspect of this upcoming film called Lost of Innocence. Yes, and after we hear from Ricardo Villalba, the director of the film Lost of Innocence, we're going to go back to the law game and let you hear from Jeremy Peterman, who is a member of the Bar Association, the DC Bar Association, at the 147th Annual Gala of the Bar Association, and he's going to tell you how he uses law to protect intellectual property. So let's go ahead and connect with Washington Digital Media on set, and let's hear from Jeremy Peterman.
She crosses the street and she walks towards you.
She walked past.
She walks past you. I don't want you to move too much. Okay.
Take two. Fortunately, take one. So do you want her to walk out from the left to right on the frame?
Yeah, she can walk through here. Like, let's all get out this way because I don't want no shades, please. Can you go to the
street? You want the street in the shot?
What do you
Did you tell me here or here?
That was good.
That was good?
Yeah, she's looking back though.
It's okay. Want to do one more time?
Yeah, I didn't like that she was looking back.
Okay.
Where do I not look back?
Just keep looking forward.
Oh,
I'm just
but
like
the traffic,
wondering
what if
why
I don't
were
want
you
to get hit?
She's looking back for,
Okay.
for traffic, I think.
Oh,
Let me see.
I'll give
you a thumbs up.
Hopefully the audience.
Let me see how I look.
Like I care.
She's like wondering why she's looking back.
Because I'm in the middle of traffic. That's why I don't want to get hit. Look at that. That could have hit me right there if I didn't look back.
Oh man.
My name is Ricardo Villalba. I'm the CEO, owner of Washington Digital Media. Okay, so I'm currently working on a movie I'm producing, Inocencia Perdida. It's a script that I wrote, and I'm directing it, and I'm also in the movie. It's something that I've been trying to do for the last couple of years, and now finally I get the opportunity to make it happen. It's a story of basically it's three women in the film. It's a story of a mother that goes out looking for her young daughter that gets kidnapped for sex trafficking, and also the story of her daughter's best friend who helps her mom in the process of finding her daughter. I'm very excited about this film that I'm making. I feel it's a story that needs to be told. It's happening a lot of young girls are getting kidnapped, especially here in the area. It's not something you see in the news or things like that, but it is happening. And I just want to address that, this situation, and I want to tell this story about this wonderful woman that have a lot of resilience. Ultimately, my goal is to get to Netflix. So my goal is with this movie is to see how far I can go and to show my talent, my skill in regards to storytelling. Okay, this year I have the pleasure of working on 2 political campaigns. Out of the 2, one of them won the position that they were running for, so I'm excited about that. How does that add value to, I live in Washington, D.C., which is a political town. Being able to produce content, to produce something that can help someone get elected into government or into position, I think is something very important for me as a business owner and to grow my business. But that doesn't mean I'm going to support any candidates. As a company, I still have also some moral values that I have to follow, in which I will support candidates that I feel that are running for a good cause or that are running to represent the people and all that.
This is the tight-knit group of DC-focused lawyers whose practice is in DC and who often appear before the DC courts. So I really am thrilled to have been asked by the Bar Association to introduce our speakers.
Okay, look, I was told I have 10 minutes for a talk and 10 minutes for questions. After that wonderful introduction, I'm happy to take your questions. No. Just a couple things first. I'll do another attempt at humor here. I think, Mary Eva, you said that the VA-DC is 100 years older than the DC Bar. I note the presence of my dear and great friend, Bob Spagnoletti, the first Attorney General of the District of Columbia, back there. And Bob's about my age, so we're always happy when someone calls us out for being younger. So thank you for that. Let me get serious for just a minute. I was going to end on a positive note, and I will. There are fantastic companies like Yelp moving into the District of Columbia. I understand Facebook is coming as well. These are organizations that we must embrace, but we also have to ask something of them. That they go out and help and train some of our DC residents in regards to coding and other areas. We need help in the District of Columbia. There are 2 DCs. The second DC is being left behind, and the great companies like Yelp and others have a role to play. And I think if we ask them to do things, as opposed to just give them largesse that they're not even asking for, we'll all be better off. With that political statement, I leave. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jeremy Peterman. I'm at the Bar Association of DC's annual gala, and I'm here because I just won the Young Lawyer of the Year award for my work fundraising for the Legal Aid Society of Washington, D.C. I've done a little bit of copyright law, mostly with software copyright, not necessarily visual art or graphic art. I think law has a huge effect on the arts community. It's law that gives creators the right of ownership in their work so that they can receive royalties and compensation. I think law also has a large effect on the creative environment. Laws leads to some protests, which leads to more creation of art. A lot of art advocates for changing the laws. So law and art are sort of a symbiosis between the two.
So yes, you just finished hearing from the director, Ricardo, of the film that's upcoming called Lost of Innocence, produced by Washington Digital Media. And you got to hear from a lawyer of the DC Bar Association at the gala named Jeremy Peterman. Now, as this actress and the director share with you 2 different perspectives of the film and filmmaking, the main pieces that make up the film and bring to life the story and bring to life the feeling is, the camera, of course, but not just the camera and how it's shot, but it also the lenses, the different kind of lenses, the different type of lenses gives a different perspective and a diverse perspective of the shot, of the characters, of the scenery that evokes or helps amplify the feeling of the story. We're going to shake it up a little bit and transition from film, the art of film, and transition to shake into the art of music and expose music being a conduit within film, helping amplify the feeling of the story as the music helps bring to life the art or the emotion or the feeling of the story within the film, explaining to you the art of film from a different and deeper perspective. So when it comes to the music, we're going to stay within the Latino community and take you to Cuba. We're going to take you to Cuba and let you hear from a Cuban musician called Renee Rivera. Renee Rivera. And Renee Rivera is a musician that's going to share with you his experience coming from Cuba and his experience as a musician from Cuba and play you a little something. And then we're going to switch it all the way up and end with a female in the Latino community named Angelina Salines. And she's going to be at the Latino American History Museum's ceremony where she receives an award as a retired Major General of the Marine Corps, being honored for her service for our country. So let's go ahead and visit Cuba with Mr. Rivera and the Latino American History Museum ceremony with retired Marine Angela Salines.
There you go. That's some Cuban dish for you, right? No, I've been playing since I was 7 years old. Everything, whatever I get my hands on.
Didn't you used to be in a band, you said?
Yeah, oh yeah.
When you were younger, like in the 20s and 30s?
Yeah, oh yeah. I play the drums, you know, the drum kit, you know, the set of drums. Yeah, but then I started saying, damn, when I get home, you know, and then my buddy, we started writing songs, you know, that he played guitar in the band. And I said, well, show me some chords, man, you know. And, you know, and it went from there, you know, and that's like, it seems like I have a knack for, you know, playing something. You know? I mean, you give me something and I'll make something out of it, you know.
What kind of music do you like to play?
Oh, no, I like everything.
Yeah, rock?
Everything. Everything. I mean, from Spanish music to, I got 2 channels, I call it. I tell my son, I got 2 channels. I change over to Spanish like that, and then I go guitar, boom, Stones, you know, bam, UK, you know, I'm gone.
Well, good evening. I'm going to have to chastise the Colonel because he took most of my speech. So on behalf of all of us, we are deeply honored and humbled to be here this evening to recognize not only the significant contribution of American Latinos, but we're joined today by these noble leaders from public service, the arts and culture, and of course the business communities from across the nation. We are proud to represent today everyone who's proudly worn the cloth of this nation. As he said, our history is replete with Latinos who served the nation since the Revolutionary War. From the first 3,000 who joined the war between the states fighting on both sides, where 2 Navy Latinos earned the Medal of Honor. In every climb and in every place, in each and every conflict, we have fought as Americans, earning the highest of honors in making the ultimate sacrifice. We follow in the footsteps of Private Franz Silva, who was a Marine, who was awarded the Medal of Honor for service in the Boxer Rebellion in China in 1900. In the footsteps of the 158th Infantry Regiment of the Arizona National Guard, best known as Bushmasters for their fighting tenacity during World War II. In the footsteps of the Luganiers, an all-Hispanic regiment of the 3rd Infantry Division who battled the Chinese Army during the Korean War, earning 4 Distinguished Crosses, 125 Silver Stars, the American Presidential Meritorious Unit Commendation, and multiple other awards. We're in the shadows of those 17 Medals of Honor that are awarded to Hispanics during the Vietnam War. We proudly salute the Living Medal of Honor recipient Sergeant First Class Leroy Petrie for his heroic actions in Afghanistan. Today, hundreds of thousands of Latinos serve today, continuing our proud traditions of honorable and faithful service to our nation. We happen to be 4 of them, and we are Latinas.
My name is Angie Salines. I'm from San Antonio, Texas. I'm a retired Major General in the United States Marine Corps, and I received one of the Latino awards for Valor Awards. Well, I think policy in the D.C. area has great influence in the ability to influence our Latino population because they're the ones that make decisions, they're the ones that are making the policy, and they can move the agenda of the Latinos who are soon going to be 30% of this nation. And so their ability to really get behind the Smithsonian Museum for Latinos would be absolutely fabulous.
Now I'm going to take the 3 artists from the left side and the 3 policy influencers from the right side and merge them over 16 bars, take you on this journey telling a story, hitting every intonation and linguistic with pure memorization without messing up. Let's go. Bar isn't bars, I'm at the Bar Association. The DJ got the music, got the party in rotation. Must be out the loop if you ain't got the invitation. Up in Ivy City eating waffles by the station. Red line, that's Noma, bunch of lords with me when I roll up. Coat the same color as cola. Frankie wear his hat cause I'm cola. And Southeast I always get hot. At the corner store where we shop. Crime and killing seem to not stop. Walk through the block where someone got shot. On MLK with LaRuby May. Out of office learning a lot. I'll take you through the city, yeah I know the streets. I'll take you through the scene again throughout Southeast. Take you to the roof where you can see it more clearer. Let me bring you to Cuba, you can meet Mr. Rivera. Edit's always the cleanest, last name Salines. Which one? This one? Jennifer Angela from Dirty South to watch the M. Gotta move you on camera. Frankie producer, I give you the cue to go. Frankie got bars and the key to the studio. Shoot it, crop it, edit, chop it, then we put it on the screen. Washington Digital Media, we the team. Want a show? Better give you a clip. Frankie the glue, so I stick to the script. Yeah. It's the Frankey Barrz Show. Wear this hat cause I deliver. Still pull it out the bag and snap you with the picture. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the Frankey Barrz Show. Wear this hat cause I deliver. Still pull it out the bag and snap you with the picture.